What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to more Blessed Crypto. In today's video, we are going to be having another look at APTOS apt to see if we can determine what is going on with the price. If you guys do appreciate the content, please do consider subscribing to the channel, give it a thumbs up, and make sure you hit notifications bell when I'm uploading future content. And with that, let's get straight into it. So I would really appreciate it if you could smash up the like button to let YouTube know that I am back from my holiday, because YouTube does not like it when I take a break, and I need you guys to wake up the algorithm. Would really appreciate that. Now, actually, APTOS isn't looking too bad. Now, I'm going to kind of go over the higher time frame with you guys, where we are still potentially looking that APTOS did 5 waves to the upside to complete a wave 1, and we have been coming down in this WXY structure. I wouldn't really like us to put in another low below $5.43. I mean, there is room, actually, I think. Let me just double check if I get the fibs from this low up to the high. Let's just have a quick look at where the fibs do go. Okay, so we nearly came down to the 88.7 fib level at $5.03. So this is going to be the area that we really do need to hold. If we go below $5, then we are running the risk that we could end up doing new bear market lows. So that is kind of the area that we do really need to hold. So I'm going to kind of put a line there that this is kind of the area now that we do need to hold if we are going to come back down to do another low. Now, we did actually identify that we were in this bit of a corrective price channel, and we have found this as resistance on multiple occasions. We have actually come up to test that, and we did get a rejection back to the downside, and we have now lost the 50-day moving average. Okay, we do have this trend line which has acted as support on 3 occasions now, but to be honest with you, if we are going to end up coming back down to test that trend line again, then obviously I think that's going to, if I kind of stretch this out to where the price is now, and we ended up coming back down here, obviously we would be putting in a new bear market low. So obviously now we are hoping that the $5.44 level here was the final low for this chart, because if we do kind of venture our way back down here again, then we're going to run the risk that this 1-2 pattern is going to fail. Now, we have been looking at a potential for a third wave to the upside, roughly of about, if this was the low here at $5.48, we would be potentially looking at getting to the 1.618 fib, which is $33. Now, from where we are at the moment, we would be potentially looking at some crazy gains of about nearly 400% if this 1-2 pattern does end up working out. Okay, now we have potentially got 5 waves off the low. I'm not particularly liking it. We would have to count it as a diagonal pattern, but we can say, okay, we have 5 waves to complete a wave 1, and now we could be working on our wave 2. Now, I've drawn the fibs from this low to this high here, and this now gives us an area where we could be potentially looking at finding support in this wave 2. Now, you can clearly see that this 50% fib level is currently acting as support. If we lose the 50% fib level at $6.88, the next area we could be looking at finding a bounce to complete this wave 2 would be the 618 fib at $6.53. If we lose $6.53, we would then be looking at the 786 fib at $6.03. If we lose this area, guys, then we are going to run the risk that we could be potentially looking at a breakdown to do another low. And if we lose that $5 level, then I think we would then have to switch bearish on this chart. So I would really like us now to hold the 786 fib at $6.03. If we end up coming down to this 88.7 fib level and we fizzle around sideways and nobody's particularly interested in buying Aptos, chances are we're going to drop through and we're going to invalidate this 1-2 pattern, okay? Which would not be good, because then we would have this lasting area of $5 to hold as support, and if we lose that, the chances are we are going to end up losing this low down here at that $3 level. So in my opinion now, I'd really like to see Aptos find support in this general area. Now, we could be looking at losing the 50% fib level. Then the next area is that 618 fib. Then we've got the 786 fib. So if you are looking, obviously no financial advice, this would be a really nice area to look at potentially getting into a trade. Obviously do your own research. I can't give any financial advice. I will be potentially getting into a bag if we do come down to that 618 fib or close to it. And I will continue to ladder orders in down to that 786 fib. But if we lose the 786 fib, I will start to exit my position if we lose that 88.7 fib level. Okay, if we are kind of looking at this as a valid 1-2 setup, we could be potentially looking, if I take the fibs from this low up to this high, coming down to, let's say, the 618 fib, we could be potentially looking at getting up to that $11 level for a wave 3. That, let's say we do come to the 618 fib, you are looking at like a 70% move to the upside for this wave 3. Okay, so initially what we need to do now is get back above that 50-day moving average, which is currently coming in at $7.19. We need to break out of the descending channel to the upside, hold it as support, and then we can then maybe get up to tackle the 200-day moving average, which is just kind of started to print itself onto the chart, because obviously this is a new asset. What you also have to bear in mind is everything I say about this coin, you have to take with a pinch of salt, because we are dealing with a very new asset and we do not have a lot of chart history. You can almost say, I know we've got a bit of an ugly potential head and shoulder, inverse head and shoulders that could be playing out on this chart as well. And we could be looking at potentially breaking that to the upside. But, you know, I don't particularly like those types of patterns. They don't usually work out. They are a bit of a retail pattern. But I would be potentially looking that if we do come a little bit lower and we lose that 50% fib level, the next key area would be that 618 fib. If you see a bullish reaction out of that area and we can get back above this wave 1 high here, $8.37, that would be the indication that we have 5 waves up. We've corrected down in a 3-wave move, and we could be looking at getting up to complete this 3rd wave to the upside. Now we can actually kind of look at this as a potential A wave down. This is a B wave up, and we could be potentially looking at coming down in a C wave in a 1, 2. Maybe we're looking at this as a 3 or 4. We get a wave 5 down. Something like that. It could turn out to be a WXY as well. So I'm more kind of focused on the fib levels rather than the wave count on this, because I think, you know, if we are going to get one more low, that could be potentially the last low, as long as we can hold that 786 fib at $6.03. And then if we can break above this trend line, we can be focusing on getting that 3rd wave to the upside. So I hope you guys enjoyed the content. Please do consider subscribing to the channel, give it a thumbs up, and make sure you hit the notifications bell when I'm uploading future content. And with that, take care, stay blessed.